welcome to Board Game Basics, episode number 28. I'm Patrick.
And I'm Robert.
Each episode we'll try and talk about a board game and a card game. Hosting for this episode is provided by Gameology, Australia's largest gaming warehouse.
It sure is, so thank you very much,
Okay,
Gameology. We had a delivery this week of a few games from Gameology
Azul.
that I had to buy. Azul?
Trains...
No.
Top Trumps?
Top Trumps, yeah, that's right, sorry. And what was the other?
Scythe expansion.
Oh, the Scythe. We finally got around to getting that. And we got Azul because of Michael, a listener, so we'll get back to that later. And I got one group of cards for Mythos pack for Arkham Horror.
Yeah.
And in case you're wondering, yes, I have a cold. It's the end of summer in Australia. We're now, well, it's about really the end of summer if you got the solstice. Yeah, autumn. So, still 30 degrees.
Yeah.
Why do we have a cold?
Today we're going to be talking about King of Tokyo and...
Azul.
Azul.
So, do you want to start with King of Tokyo?
So now we're going to talk about King of Tokyo. King of Tokyo is rated at 7.2. It's for 2 to 6 players. Community 3 to 6. Best with 4 to 5. Because 5 to 6 you get the extra area in it.
You sure do.
30 minutes playing time. Age 8 plus. Community 6 plus. I'll go with the community one for that one.
What's that?
6 plus.
6 plus, yeah. It's fun. It's hard with a lot of people.
Weight 1.50.
And what's it ranked on strategy or...
Strategy or
theme.
Overall.
Yeah. Can you see it there?
255.
250.
Family 44.
Family 244, wow.
No, family 44.
Oh, family 44. We've got it in our top 10 family games that we should have for that article. And it's made by Richard Garfield. So...
There's a lot of other, ones, there's a Halloween King of Tokyo.
And King of New York.
Yeah, you can also get these little packs, but you have to have King of Tokyo. You can get Cthulhu and King Kong.
Oh, yeah. But... we don't actually own King of Tokyo. We've got our friends one, and they were here playing last night.
We just played it.
Oh yeah, we've played it a fair bit in the past though. So we need to buy King of New York so that we have a different one. But everyone seems to prefer King of Tokyo.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay. How about I read this little thing on the rulebook here where it says King of Tokyo is a game for 2 to 6 players where you play as mutant monsters, rampaging robots, or even abominable aliens battling in a fun, chaotic atmosphere. Roll dice and choose your strategy. Will you attack your enemies, heal your wounds, improve your monster, stomp your path to victory? So, I was just starting to write the little thing for the article for the Gameology website.
I got 50 podcasts about this.
Yeah, it's a popular game. And one thing I did write of why it's good for a family, just before we get into how to play this game, is because you can actually play it not attacking each other. So sometimes Patrick doesn't like it if I attack him in some games. But the only time you haven't liked that is when I just stay in Tokyo. And I just keep attacking you. But you should then attack me. But that's the only time you don't like it.
I won on victory points. You were on 16.
You've beaten me every time.
And I was on 14 and I got enough victory points.
Yeah, but the last game I didn't really try attacking you.
Yeah, I attacked you. You were in Tokyo. Every turn we kept switching in and out because we were both rolling claws and we wanted to heal.
Yeah, needed to
heal. So then in one of them, I finally killed you.
So, okay, with this game, great components. Each player gets their own little little cardboard dial, but it's quite thick, with your hit points, and which you start on 10, and you get victory. We're trying to win with 20 victory points starting at 0. So there's 2 little dials on the side, work fantastic. The dice are wonderful. They're so good. They're tactile. They sit in your hands nicely. They're huge. They roll. They feel like you're doing damage as soon as you drop them on the table.
They're doing damage to your hands if they're too. If someone tries to holds it over your hand and drops it in, they're doing damage to you
because they're so good. Because they're big,
they're heavy,
very colourful. Because they're black and yellow. So I love the theme of all that. Black and green. What am I saying?
You're thinking of King of New York. That's the colour of the dice on the back of it.
Oh, is it? Oh, yeah. And So yeah, anyway, so there's those things, and there's just a tiny little board in the middle that's got Tokyo and Tokyo Bay. Now that one,
and that one's 5 to 6.
only comes in when you got 5 or 6 players.
So then when 2 people have been knocked out from a 6-player game, you've got to take whoever's in there out.
Yep. And so this game plays with the 6 dice. You roll the artsy mechanic 3. You go 3 times. You're either trying to collect claws to hit the person that's opposite you. So if you're out of Tokyo and there's someone in Tokyo, you're all going up on that one.
But it's way better.
Or vice versa.
It's way better having 2 people in Tokyo, especially if you're one of them, because then you're just attacking everyone.
Yeah.
And like you can
When
kill
it's
them in
at
2
6,
shots, especially if both people are right next to you.
Yeah, the game can end quickly for you if you...
You both roll a 6 and a 4, but then you got to attack each other.
That's true. So there's that way of going where you're getting claws. The other things on the dice are there's little lightning bolts which count as money.
Which is actually probably the best thing to collect.
Buys you some really powerful cards where
They can lose people 5 victory points.
you can get little lasers. You can take 5 points off everyone.
Shrink ray, you mean?
Yeah, shrink ray. Some are ongoing benefits. Some are one-off benefits. So they're cool. There is... What else is on there? There's numbers. Then there's 3s. So if you roll 3 3s, you get 3 victory points. 4 3s, 4 victory points. Blah, blah, blah.
5
2s
3s.
and 1s.
That's how I won. 3 3s, 4 3s, 5 3s.
Yeah,
I would like 5 3s.
In the big group, when we've got 6 of us, I like to just sit back, let everyone do all the damage to each other, and just keep collecting victory points. And I've nearly won twice in a row.
But the other people kept
against the
keep
savages.
running because you've gotten in, because they've gotten in, but also collecting lots of victory points.
Yeah, that's
Gives you a
right.
lead.
And what's the other thing on there? Hearts. So you heal your hit points if you want, but you can't heal when you are in
Tokyo.
I always
That's
do
why
that.
we
I
were
try to do
jumping
that,
in.
don't I?
That's why we were jumping in and out.
Yeah, no point in staying in Tokyo all the time unless you're going to roll 10 claws in your first 2 goes.
Or unless there are 2 people in there in Tokyo.
Yeah, if
Or
it's a
Tokyo's-
6-player game. But then you...
No, you roll, one person rolls 3 and the other person... one person rolls a 5 and the other person rolls 5 of them. And then everyone's out.
So it is a player elimination. We should also remember to mention that because that's a pretty big deal. I don't normally like player elimination because you're waiting around. But I mean, this game... For us two to play together is like
really
10
quick.
minutes. But if you're playing in a big group, it might take 20 minutes, 30 minutes.
Even in a big group, you normally get out later in the game.
Yeah.
So then, it's like 5 minutes until the game ends just about already.
But I'll tell you what is interesting. Last weekend when we were playing with 6, the cards that came out on the table were all really expensive, like 7, 8, 9, whatever it was. So, because they come out random the way we laid them out. No one could afford to buy them, so we were all just scratching and healing to see. So it was done in like 10 minutes maximum with 6 people.
When we
were just like, rah, rah, rah.
I remember when we just did it. Like the last game, there was a 5, 6, and the game before there was a 5, 6, and a 7 in there.
Yeah.
Like what you could buy from, which is really weird.
So then everyone's like, well, I'm not going to waste all my turns trying to buy some 8 lightning because by then you'll have killed me. So I better start healing and attacking you.
Yeah, but you can't go over 10. I actually saw one of the cards. I know how you get the extra dice.
Yeah.
The 7 card says gain 1 extra dice.
Oh yeah, there is one that gets you an extra dice, which is handy.
There must be 2 of them
And what
because
was-
there's 2 extra dice.
Yeah. Yeah, there are 2 that come with it. And they're different colours, so you know to take them out or whatever.
Green ones are the extra ones. The black ones are the other ones.
Yeah.
With the green ones, it's actually opposite way round. So the dice are green, and the pictures are
The colour scheme.
black. So it's much easier to see
That is pretty.
because the green
They look like
pops
they
it
glow in the
out.
dark.
The green
And
ones do, but
What
not
was I
the
going to
other.
say? Something I can't remember. Anyway, this is a fun game that you're just scratching, healing. So, if I was playing with Mika, I might not, being that she's only 8, I might not try and attack her. I'll just
She'll probably kill you then.
try and collect victory points.
She'll probably kill you then.
Because you need 20 victory points. You can collect them when you go into Tokyo. You get 1. And then every full lap So if there's 2 players, when it's your next turn, you get 2.
Yeah, that's why.
When there's 6 players, you've got to wait all the way around.
And you'll probably be dead by then.
You can be. But you can rack up victory points that way as well. But I tend to get them by rolling my dice.
But it's better with 2 players for that thing. Because when you get in, it's good getting 1 victory point. And then...
Yeah, it's not
if
as
you've
long.
been in there for a round, it's like jumping in and out twice.
Yeah. It turns over pretty quick when you... So, as a 2-player game...
You just really roll. Next place.
We really
roll,
need
roll,
to get
roll.
King of New York, don't
Next
we?
place.
No point in having King of Tokyo when our friends have got that one. And this is a game anyone can play. Like, if your cousins came over, who aren't big board gamers or anything, they would definitely enjoy playing this, wouldn't they? Like, you would... That's why we put in our 10 games for any collection, because your mum could come over... Like, your grandma, my mum, can come over and she would be able to play this rolling some dice.
I know.
It's not hard.
It's just rolling dice, moving your characters around.
Everyone knows the Yahtzee where you roll and pick.
3 places is the max that you move your character.
Yeah.
And then moving your XP to 20 and 0. And then your health 10 to 0.
You know, and this game's
And
been
up and
around
down.
since 2011. I don't understand why it's not in Australia here, in our Targets, our Kmarts,
Should be.
our Big W's, like our
Should
big
even be. It should
stores.
be everywhere.
Because this is a game that anyone would like.
They could sell this for $1 and they would get heaps and heaps of money from that.
No, but if they could do it more in a mass production style, we'd get a game. This is a sort of game that would get a lot of people into playing games, don't you think? So we need to get it into their hands. Now, how do you do that? It's hard. If you can, you're on the SRC. You need to get your own little lunchtime game group once a week, and you can take games like that into the library and teach kids how to play that.
Yeah, because then they'll come again. But we don't own King of Tokyo.
But you need to put that forward that you can do that.
But we don't own King of Tokyo.
No, well, I'd buy it. Seems to be the only thing we're spending money on is games lately.
Yeah.
And holidays.
Yeah.
Okay, so, sorry. Rating. I really enjoy this for what it is. It's a quick game. I love rolling dice and things like that. I'm definitely giving it an 8.
Oh.
Probably an
An
8.5, because you can play it with 2 people or 6. Very versatile. It plays pretty much the same.
You could really play it with 1 person because you don't care which one gets knocked out or anything. Like, you really just devout play it with 1. Because you really just like, oh yeah, now I want to kill them, but I need a heal. And then you're playing as the other person. Like, I want to kill them, but I need a heal.
Yeah.
So it's basically doing the exact same thing the whole game.
The problem is if you do that, it's like when I play 8 Ball on my own and I
Yeah.
said, now, subconsciously, you
Yeah.
don't quite... Anyway.
But if you say to yourself,
Yeah.
I have to be 2 people, let's make it a fair chance of winning. Because normally the one that you choose for you try and make that one win and the other one lose.
You
But
could try.
you try.
Yeah, you could try that.
You could.
Okay, so I've given my rating. What did you get? What did you say?
9.5.
Yeah, you like it. You like all the games that will. That's probably why we've got them, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
You like all the games that we... And this is definitely a... People should get this one. Game.
Okay, so now we're going to talk about Azul. Azul is a game for 2 to 4 players, community 2 to 4, best with 2. It's rated at 8.0. It's 30 to 45 minutes playing time. Age 8 plus, community 8 plus, weight 1.80. And it's rank.
Yeah.
So overall 37, abstract 1, family 1.
Oh, well, there you go. Lucky that we added that in. Thanks to Michael for... So, a couple of weeks ago, we asked if anyone wanted to give us some ideas of games to put in our top 10. Like, I thought of the ones we've played anyway, and the only one we hadn't gotten was Azul. The reason we had never bought it was like, we've got one called Fresco where you're mixing paint and painting a cathedral. I thought we probably don't want 2 of those.
It's nowhere near like that.
But no, it's just a very basic, simple version of that, and it is fantastic. So we finally bit the bullet, and now I'm really glad that we did. So we've only got it because Michael told us we should get it. So thank you, Michael.
Thank you. Both games. No, not that one, but
And the other
now we've mentioned 2 games that he's told us about.
Oh yeah, because the other time. Now, where do you start with this one, Patch? First of all, it's very pretty.
Yeah.
You get a heap of tiles. Oh, hold on. How about I read the little thing in the front?
The thing on the box is actually all the colours of the tile. So really just about if you only look at the box, you can sort of get an idea for what the tiles look like.
Yep. And in the book here, in the rule book, it's just got, introduced by the Moors, Azulios, originally white and blue ceramic tiles, were fully embraced by the Portuguese when their King Manuel I, on a visit to Alhambra Palace in southern Spain, was mesmerised by the stunning beauty of the Moorish decorative tiles. The king, awestruck by the interior beauty of the Alhambra, immediately ordered that his own palace in Portugal be decorated with similar wall tiles. And Azul brings you a tile-laying artist to embellish the walls of the royal palace of Evora. So you are tiling the walls, I guess, let's say.
Yeah.
So how do you play it, Patch? Where do you want to start? How does it start?
So in Azul, you start off by, according to how many players you have, you set up that many of those round discs things. So then for each one, you put 4 different tiles on there.
Okay, so just hold on there. So each player gets a little player board. On that player board, it has a cool score track. It has a stepped side bit where you can put your tiles on, and then in another round, the second phase, let's call it, you can then push any completed rows 1 tile over into your coloured section of your board. But in the middle of the table, between all players, there are little tiles, and on them come the tiles out of the bag, which are all different colours. In 2 players, there's 5 of these little discs on the table. 3 players, there's 7 discs. And in 4 players, there's 9 discs. They all, at the start of each phase, each round,
They get restocked.
They get restocked with 4 tiles each. And you play right through until they're all gone. Now, drawing them from there. How do you go about drawing them from those?
So there's a really nice bag, like most games that we have. Well, some of the ones that we've gotten off Kickstarter and this game have had a very nice bag.
Yeah.
So you put your hand into the bag. You can just about like tighten it around your hand.
So there's 100 tiles in the bag?
You really just about tighten it around your hand.
Okay.
Then grab 4. Make sure you got 4. Pull them out. Put them on one of those tiles all together. Then you keep doing that until all those tiles are full.
Until all the discs are full, yep, with 4 tiles each. Oh, and also the colours, there's 5 different coloured tiles. There's blue, yellow, red, black,
turquoise,
white, and they have
turquoise.
patterns on them.
It's more turquoise than white.
Yeah, but they're the predominant colours, you know. Our ones look different to the ones in here. Oh no, it's because of the sticker on it. So you have different colours, and you then need to draw from one of the piles. Now, you take all of one colour from one disc. So if there's 2 reds, a yellow and a blue, you can take the 2 reds, but then you push the rest into the centre of the table. The centre of the table is a very important part of this game because a lot happens there, including getting the first player.
First player goes. So on the bottom of your board, there's -1, -1, -2, -2, -2, -3, -3.
Yeah.
So for every tile, or the first player one on that, whatever number of minus it has on there, that's how much you minus off what you get that round.
These are tiles you can't fit on your little stepped tile collection group on the left-hand side of the board. And then, so you've picked up your tiles. I've taken mine. It goes around clockwise until there's no tiles left on the table, including in the centre of the table. Every time you pick tiles, you need to take all of one colour
from that tile,
from that disc, and push the rest into the middle,
that's really good
or
about
take
centre.
from the centre.
If there are 5 of that colour in there, well, if you got 9 of that colour or 10, if you could get 10 of one colour, you would fill in the bottom row,
Yeah.
the second row,
Yeah.
you'd fill in the row above the bottom row, and the top row, 5, 4 and 1.
It doesn't happen that often, but the problem you have then is once you've filled those colours, you can't never put those colours on that left-hand side of your player board
But
again
you can
in
get
that
10
row.
victory points from doing that. Just
But
about.
that brings you to where
If you
you
could
get your
do every
victory
single row,
points. Yeah.
if you get 5 more of them, you could fill in, you could get 10 victory points.
So, did we say, so the first phase, you've got your steps, so first row 1 tile, second row 2 tiles, 3 tiles, 4 tiles, 5 tiles, so it gets harder to fill them as you go down. Once you've, all the tiles are gone off the table, any of your columns that are full, so your 1 will probably always be full,
Yeah.
your 2 will probably be full. The first tile slides across to the corresponding coloured tile on the right hand side, where there's 1 of each colour in every row. Put it there, you score a point. If it's next to any, vertically and horizontally, you get points. So,
And you can double up on, like, sometimes you have to double up on the one in the centre, which is the one that you would have placed.
yeah, if you've got a cross
That's
of where
the
you've
one that
made
you would
them,
have placed.
yeah, you can get 6 or
What
9
if you get
points.
like a T shape, and it's right in the middle?
Yeah, as the game goes on.
No, a plus shape would be so many victory
Yeah.
points.
Oh no, if you get that one.
Because you go both sides, both down, that would be so many victory points. You'd be doubling up a fair bit though.
And any of then, so then the tiles that are in the row from where a tile you've taken across, they all get put aside in the lid of the box.
And any unfilled rows, this is what
Yeah, any
you
unfilled rows.
and Mummy always forget.
Mummy, not me. Give me a chance.
No, you as well. You if the row is not full, it's a really easy to forget rule.
Yeah.
You cannot slide them across.
No.
Run across.
Yeah, you got to wait till the next round. So you don't want to have your 5 row at the bottom blocked with 4 tiles, because then you need to take 1 to fill it, but that's 4 tiles you can't take. So if at the end of the round you're stuck with like 4 tiles, you don't have anywhere to put them. You've got to take minus points. If the other person's playing nastily, because you can either like try and go, I'm going to block you or make you take victory points, or I'm going to take the best way for me, which is the way I normally play.
I take the best way for me while trying to stop you from getting too many victory points.
Yeah. And it's interesting because you can manipulate the way you take the tiles. There might be 3 blue ones in the middle, and you go, I need 5. But why will I take them? I might as well go for another colour for now, because you might have all your blue ones full. So I know you don't want the blue ones. So eventually I'll be able to get them for...
So then, you take ones from one that has 2 blues on one square, you put the 2 blues in the middle, and then you take all 5 on your next go.
Yeah, exactly. So don't think we're doing that good a job of explaining it, but...
Because it's hard to explain.
Yeah, just because it's a visual game. I love the visual aspect of this game.
It looks really cool.
Again, like King of Tokyo, very textile. You get these cubes, they're heavy, they're in your hand. They're not like thin Scrabble pieces.
No,
They're heavy, so you just want to keep holding them and rubbing them around in your hand while you're thinking, where do you put them? You're rolling them around.
Pieces are a tiny bit smaller than that.
Yeah, but these are heavier.
Yeah.
These are like rocks. They remind me of the tiles in the kitchen. You know, those little red tiles that we've put in there.
Yeah, they're just about the size. They're probably just about bigger than those red tiles.
I know. So that we love. Now, ease of game time. Now, Mum and I we've played on about 2 or 3 nights. We've just quickly gone bang, bang, bang for 4 games or 3 games.
So you've already played 9 games of this,
Oh,
and we've
played
only had
heaps.
it not that long.
I should probably be I'm trying to log all the games in BGG. So
We haven't had it very long, and we've been playing heaps of games of this. I only played 2 because I haven't really wanted to play it heaps, because I wanted to play Trains Rising Sun.
Oh yeah, I know you want
And
to
my
pick on your
trains,
card, your deck builder.
My other train one.
And I'm waiting to get back to Harry Potter. Anyway, we'll get to that
I'm
in a
really
sec.
wanting to do the Scythe. I just want to take the miniatures out of the Scythe expansion because they look really cool, the green ones.
Yeah, I know. Now, back to Azul for a minute.
Yeah.
So yes, you can play the game really quickly. we found Mika has really loved this in the way that she loved Potion Explosion. Simple little game where you're using your hands and filling potions.
It's the same amount of time, 30 to 45 minutes.
Yeah, exactly. But you can play it quicker. But the first few times Mika took a bit longer. But now she loves it.
This one's more dead on 30 minutes. Like it says 30 minutes, and it takes just about exactly 30 minutes.
Yeah, not with 2, but
if it's 2, it's like 15 exact.
Yeah.
Or whatever time it takes.
Mika did want to be on to do Azul, but she had dancing, and we didn't get to record last weekend because we were away. So I'm like, we better just do this. So
she doesn't also get to do King of Tokyo very much.
As a rating, what am I going to give this game? Oh, we didn't talk about endgame scoring. So at the end of the game, the game ends when you complete a horizontal row. But that's only worth +2.
Which normally takes about 5 rounds.
Minimum of 5 rounds.
Yeah.
Because you might not want the game to end.
Nope.
But vertical rows, they're worth +7. So actually I like going, I'm going to collect the verticals.
Do you know what I was doing? I was collecting lots of verticals, and I was also getting lots of horizontals. So then, you're getting 7, 10, there's 17 already. But then you got a horizontal one, which takes you up to 19.
And also the other scoring at the end is if you have the 5 blue colours on the right-hand grid of all those squares all covered up.
That's what I just said.
+10.
That's what I just said.
So that makes a big difference.
Well, it's only one. If you have all of the colours, that's 50 points already. Then
you
all
can't
the
do
rows
that.
across, that's, I don't know. So 10 points there, so that's 60 points. And then all the rows down is like 50 points again.
So
then you're at 100 and you've already won the game.
Good luck doing that.
I don't think I'll be able to.
As I've gone on playing this game, my scores started 40s or 50s, gone 60s. Last night, for the first time, I got it up into the 80s, 85.
The last time I played it, which was the first time I think it was. No, the first time I got a really high score.
Yeah.
And then the second time I got in the 60s straight away.
It's definitely a game where once you start to learn how to score, it ramps up pretty quick.
It takes one game and then you get lots of points the next game. And your points just getting higher and higher and higher.
This is a game you could totally play with anyone that doesn't play board games.
Yeah.
The only problem would be I would be like super strategized of how to play it, but they would be getting 30 or 40 points because I'd be like the learning, like in chess. If you play chess hundreds of times, you're way better than someone that never plays it. It's like this. If you play this 20 times, you'll have a great strategy.
I've played chess with you once or twice with me.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I used to play chess, but it's never going to be my cup of tea because I'm never that interested in learning all the strategies.
It's a very long game, but it can be quick.
Yeah.
Long but quick.
So anyway, I think this is cool. Anyone can play it. Mika loves it, so that's good. Like you and Mika could just play it together. And there you go. So rating, I'm going to give it the same as King of Tokyo. So whether that's an 8.5 or an 8, somewhere there, I really enjoy it.
Same for me. So 9.5.
Probably the only thing is, I don't know that I would turn around and play it with. If Mum and I were playing this for 2 months. And then I probably wouldn't turn around and play it with you trying to be competitive. I'd play it to teach you because I would then be too advanced. But if you're a family that don't get to play board games very often,
take this.
Perfect, because you'll probably all sit down and play together.
You could all sit around together. You've all got the same skill for the game. And then you're like, it's a very even chance if you all got the same skill.
It's fun and colourful. Can't go wrong.
Mummy's first time she won.
Yeah, I know. So what did you give? What did you give it? What did you say?
9.5. Same as King of Tokyo.
Okay. All right. So that is Azul. Anything else?
No. That's a great game too. Okay. So that's the game. So aren't we going to do Starfinder tomorrow?
Yes. Tomorrow. Hopefully getting in our next session of Starfinder. Milo. That's your character.
And Nightlight is yours.
You know, I've been listening to a podcast about it, so I'm trying to learn how to play the game with a bit more knowledge and maybe a bit more knowing how to role play. It's called Cosmic Crit, so it's like 70 episodes in. I've only listened to 10, but it's fun because you hear how some of the mechanisms work. One of them's a Vesp that's got your Doshko. Anyway,
the microphone in
so we
half.
get to do that. Now, games, what did we play yesterday? We played Australia.
Mm-hmm.
You floated in and out of that game because you were wanting to play but not because you had your friends.
Well,
What else
yeah.
did we play? Deception, Murder at Hong Kong, which is
Yeah,
fun
that's a
game.
I was the forensic scientist, and we didn't start for like 15 minutes on it because I couldn't work out what to do with two of the clues.
Is that the
really,
first time?
really
The
hard.
first time you've been forensic scientist?
Yeah.
That's hard.
I reckon I'll learn, but it's really the ones that he chose made it harder because he didn't know if it was poisoning or whatever.
Whatever. And also, you did play it last weekend, but you were only the investigator, weren't you?
Yeah.
Whereas
I've
we've
only
all
ever
played it
been
quite a bit.
investigator.
That's a fun game. We'll have to talk about that one day. What else did we? So we did Australia. That we played King of Tokyo.
No, we didn't.
No. Oh well, no. We played Azul and
We played
Potion
Azul.
Explosion. This was after you went to bed. We were just after a couple of light games. They hadn't played the other couple of games we played. The guy we played with, Corey, last night. So we did that. And then last weekend we were away, so we got to have a weekend of games of what we played Champions of Midgard.
I didn't.
Yeah, you
Well,
played
yeah, I
it.
did, but I sort of dropped out because I sort of stuffed up with something, and then it made it hard.
We got to play Architects of the West Kingdom, which is like Raiders of the North Sea, so that was fun. We played more Deception, Dead of Winter, which is a story of something funny happened. I'll have to tell that. I might have to tell that here one day. I want to hear from people about their fun game stories.
Pretty much every time we've done Deception, I've really played because the first time I played, I really enjoyed it.
Did you?
Yeah, it's really fun.
Yeah, it is fun. And what else did we do? We did King of Tokyo. We haven't played Spyfall with everyone in that
No.
group like that we play with, so we should do that sometime.
But then the spy's always winning.
And we have to talk about if we're going to take you to the board game group that's in
Yeah.
the city not far from here, 40 minutes away. We'll go there sometime. We'll be able to play other games.
Yeah, that would be good.
Like maybe Root, which is like little characters and they're dungeon crawling, but they're little like animals or whatever. And did we play anything else? I'm sure we played other games.
I'm sure we played heaps of more.
I know. So
But-
anyway, we normally just go away for board game weekends with friends.
Every
and
time
it's
I
great.
heard pretty much after the first time I played Deception, every time we were going to play it again, I'll be like, "Can I play again?"
Yeah, I know. You would have played it all night.
Last night, Dave's the person that we were playing it
Dave.
with as well, said they better go, but we tried to get him to stay for another game.
Oh
of
yeah, because you wanted to
Deception.
play one more because
Yeah.
you didn't want it to end.
No.
But it was getting late.
Yeah, but he ended up staying, and that's the one where I was a forensic scientist.
Right. Okay.
It's really fun.
Yeah, so that was lucky. You got to have
don't
a
want
go
to
at
stop
that.
playing it once you've played it for a little bit.
The
After
murderer
three-
is hard as well.
Yeah,
because
after 3 games, you don't really want to stop playing it for like 4. Like you want to do one more game, and then you're happy to stop because then you would have gotten 4 in.
So you really like it.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I think that's pretty much all of those things. What else is there? You've started listening to Lord of the Rings?
Yeah, and Hobbit.
Oh, The Hobbit. Yeah, you started on Lord of the Rings, and then one night you're like, oh, that's a bit spooky for me. Maybe
No, I was listening to The Hobbit after that.
you went back to The Hobbit.
I think
So-
I'm up to the 3rd one, and it's in like chapter 5 already, just about.
Okay, and you're enjoying that, so that's good. Okay, so because I'm wanting you to read them, because the Lord of the Rings game comes out
I've got the Lord of the Rings book
in a few
right
months
next to my
from
bed.
Fantasy Flight, which is the Gloomhaven cross other games, but it's about areas of
Like Lord of the Rings.
Lord of the Rings. So that's why I'm thinking, maybe if you could do that, maybe we'll see if we can invest in that, if we can get it cheap enough.
Sounds
that
good.
you can but it's quite
If
expensive.
we're ever watching the movie, it's probably best not to have Mika around because of that spooky thing. Isn't
All
it?
right. Do you want to take us out?
Hosting for this episode is provided by Gameology, Australia's largest gaming warehouse.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening. So that's bye from me.
And bye from me. Okay, another week
Yeah.
done. No cricket this week.
Nope.
It's over
Finished.
for the year. So that's good. And it's a lot cooler this week. It's only 30. It's not 40.
Which is good.
So that's good. And we're just going to have a weekend at home. I want to watch some car racing on the TV that's over in Melbourne. I do enjoy watching that.
We went to that last year.
We did. It cost a lot of money, but...
I can afford my own ticket now.
You've been saving.
It's really cheaper than the V8.
We need to go next
week.
year. You know what I did want to go to? If I lived over in Melbourne, they have a convention coming up, game convention over Easter. I was like, oh, that would be fun to go to. But maybe another time. So anyway, the cars are interesting. They have made they do waste a lot of energy and make a lot of mess and not great for the environment, but they have brought us a lot of advances in technology. So
yeah, but it's really interesting to watch.
Yeah.
Like, and they earn...
How they do it.
Like,
They
it's
earn
good
too
that
much
they
money.
earn money out of this.
Yeah, they earn too much money, let's be
Yeah.
honest.
But if they were earning, like, a fair amount of money...
One driver, and they're earning like $40 million.
Really?
That's not... What's
Well,
wrong with the world if someone's getting paid that to do what they
I'm
love?
building a Meccano Formula 1.
I know. Alright, you want to
Do
give
have
us a joke? You're not playing footy this year?
No, I don't think
You're
so.
not going to? Only a couple of weeks till footy season starts.
What do you get when you cross a vampire and a snowman?
That was a bit quiet. What do you get when you cross a vampire with a snowman? No idea.
Frostbite.
That's a good one for... There's a board game called Fury of Dracula that Dave tried to get, but it was still being made. So anyway.
Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert?
Why did the teddy bear say no to dessert?
Because she was stuffed.